What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle Create Space. Link will be in the description box below. This video is entitled Options and Choices Equal You. When we talk about life, life is about the choices you make and the options that you have. And when you hit a certain age or certain mindset, certain mentality, or people view you of supposed to be having a certain mentality at a certain age. You're judged on the options you have and the choices you made. That equals who you are as a person. And some people seem to have a hard time with that, which I don't understand, but whatever. But I'm talking about it right now. You see, some people feel like, because had if they didn't have options and they didn't have a choice, they would be forced to go in this direction, which is true. And if you don't give people options and they can't make a choice, you can always blame the situation of having no options and no choices on something else. But when you're given options and you're given choices, the options and choices combined equal who you are. What I mean by that is this: practical sense. If you have all these food options, if you how you choose and how you use them is on you. You have a choice whether to work out or not work out. If you do it or don't do it, that equals you. That equals who you are physically. Now, when you say, um, you know, I'm sick because I have all this bad food around me, it wasn't. It's your choice to eat it. It's your choice to buy it. You had other options, so you can't blame what you did on anybody else because you had other options. It wasn't like you didn't have the option to do something differently. Or you couldn't choose to do something differently. You chose the path you went down and now you got to live with the consequences. See, it's not the option's fault, it's not the choice's fault. It's you. That can go in a good way or a bad way. Okay? Um it's the same thing when we talk about dating and relationships. You have options in the opposite sex. the, you're going to choose one of those options because it's what you want or what you like or you feel you need. So this is why they say your partner is a reflection of you, because don't lie and say you didn't have other options because you did. So to walk around and say, it's not my fault. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If it doesn't work out, or just like taking credit for it. I made the right choice. You see, when you make the right choice, you patting yourself on the back. I'm the man. I did it. But when you make the wrong choice, it's all of these external factors. No, it's not. No, it's not. You could learn from making the wrong choice, and choosing the wrong option. You can learn from it. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, sometimes you can choose the right options, and the situation still end up bad. That's a testament. If you stick with it, though, that's a testament to who you are. Because just because something didn't work, even when you make the right choice, sometimes you don't get the right things at the right time, or what you perceive as the right time. Sometimes life God holds you back to say, look, it's coming, just not right now. You know, we're gonna let this marinate a little for you. And you come to find out sometimes that works in your favor over time. Because sometimes if you might need to be a little bit more seasoned because there are people who make the right choice on options and they may wind up at a space that they're not prepared for too early and then it doesn't work out in the long run. Just like there are people who make the wrong choices with the wrong options and wind up in the quote unquote right space, but they can't handle where they're at. You know, that's a high probability of blowing a great opportunity. Just had to put that out there. You know, the other thing, when you're young, if you're getting an education or making decisions, people people who love you and your parents and people who are guiding you in the right will give you all of your options. If they, and they say, look, man, if you want to be a scientist, these are your options. These are the type of sciences. These are the schools who are, are specialized in these different sciences. These are the programs that are the best suited. These are the ways you get to go to these. This is what you need to do to apply. This is what you need to do to be a part of this. Now it's your choice whether you're gonna go or not. Whether you're gonna apply. If they accept you, if they don't accept you, that's top first choice, second choice, third choice, whatever. That's when you make the list of where you will go in your who gets who gets the highest rank into the lowest rank. And if you go by that, that guides you into your career path. But if you said you wanted to be a scientist, but you just chose to do liberal arts because you felt it was easier, and then you wind up somewhere that you don't want to be, that's you. That's not anybody else. That's you. Because they gave you your options, you knew your options, you knew your choices, you actually knew the consequences at the end of the day of each one. So, the options and choices equal you. Some of us don't want to admit that, but like I said, it's the reality. You know, Success is one of those things where you made a decision to see yourself better than you are, say today. You made that you started making the choices that a better you would make and a better you, a better version of you would make. And then you keep making those decisions and you build on one good decision after the other, one good choice after the other, maximizing every situation one after the other, and then you wind up becoming that better version of you because of the choices you've made with your options. And now it brings to fruition what you saw when maybe nobody believed in you but you. And then some people capitalize on that because then when they get to a certain space, it opens them up to be able to do bigger and better things. That's because they made themselves. That's self-made. You know what I mean? Now we got other people who do the reverse of that. They take all of the shortcuts, easy ways, easy outs, and they think they're being smart by not making the best choices with their options. And because they can, pass the buck to somebody else, they figure, I can keep doing this until a spot where I can get where I want to be. And unfortunately, you either never make it there, and or what's worse is you make it there and you find out that you just shortchanged yourself out of being there for a very long time. You just ruined your opportunity for success in the future because you're only accustomed to shortcuts and shortchanging yourself and other people and taking the easy way out. And now you're surrounded by people who did things the right way. And they're not going to take anything less than 100%. And, like I said, your options and your choices equal you. So, whatever happens in life, I give you life and death, you choose. So sometimes, you got to just be patient, um, be real with yourself, know the consequences of your actions, whether they're positive or negative. Just because the options that you have in your life and the choices that you make with those equal your life. And if you want a better life, you got to make better choices. If you want a worse life, you keep making bad choices. It's just as simple as that. We out.